the Southeast Asia country should adopt a common history textbook. To start off, history consists of tradition, religion, language, the way people think, and the way people live. So, the Southeast Asia country, we're having an association which is ASEAN. So that means different countries, 10 different countries with different religion, different tradition, come together and we work together. So I think a common history textbook is efficient because we can learn about each other's religion, each other's traditions, so that we could know how to respect each other. If you bump into someone, if she's Cambodian, so you could say "Samto," sorry, with a gesture like this, or to greet the Thai people "Sawadee-ka," something like that. And as we know that ASEAN is having their integration in this short period, 2015. So it means people in different ASEAN country will go and work in different country. Cambodia may go and work in Indonesia, and Indonesian may go and work in Singapore. So it's good to know about each other's traditions so that we can get socialized easily with the living in the countries. And in a workplace with different nations, we could get socialized with our workmate, the people in the company more easily. And it means that in the future, we all will work together to improve, to develop our association, our countries, our living standard and everything. And one more point that I want to say is that the good points from other countries, you could see if Singapore have some good point and they practice it on their country, and maybe we could take their good point and practice it on our own country for our goods. And maybe some other countries see some good points that we had developed, we had practiced on our own country, and we can learn a lot from each other. And maybe in a workplace, you can learn the Hindus, they eat halal food or something like that, so that we couldn't make mistake of working together. Or maybe some usage of language they don't like, or things like that. We can learn to respect them, and they learn from us, so they could respect. We could respect each other, and so that we're gonna have a good cooperation together, a good relationship from you and them and the people in your workplace, your school, and your association. And to sum up, adopting a common history textbook is good and convenient for me, for us, as the Southeast Asians, and especially for our next generation. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to give the floor for our judges for questions.
Sopheavatey.
Yes, hi.
These countries you mentioned, 10 different countries so far are with a history so diverse from the other countries. How could you possibly have one textbook for all the 10 countries?
We could summarize the main point, and we could put of course we won't abandon our own history, of course not. We need to learn our history, we need to understand it specifically. We need to understand it first, and then we could get some summary from other 9 countries and put in our textbook so that we could learn like some small thing, like what I said before, like maybe in Thailand you greet them by this gesture, or in Malaysia some of the people, they eat halal food, something like that. So we could get some specific point from their religion, from their tradition, and we could put in our book for our next generation, or me, or the adults now to learn. Yes.
All your arguments seem to center around the importance of culture and national practice as something that people within ASEAN should know. Why is this a reason for all students within ASEAN to know the history of every single country?
It's not like we need to learn the very lots of history books of each of the ASEAN country. Of course, we cannot learn it because firstly we need to learn our own first. But all I say is that for the history of all of the 9 countries, we could like sum it up to let us know like some very important part of their history and their religion, their culture. Yes.
Can you give me some examples of what contents that need to be made? Say 5 contents.
5 contents. Like how they build up their countries, like if they were in a war or something like that, then how could they make their country develop more, like how could they take themselves out of the war, how could they make the stability in their countries, or the respectful language in their country, their good tradition, like they need to wear long skirt, or if you go to some of their mosques or something, you need to wear long skirt or things like that. And for like I said, like food or something, like they eat halal. Yeah.